All right, we are live. All right, hey guys, today the topic of interest is how to get a sexy girlfriend slash boyfriend. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to get the bae of your dreams, the bae of your choice. All right. So I got a question earlier this week, and I thought I will read out the question to you guys. I'll answer the question specifically, and I'll give about a few teaching points because this question is loaded with some good stuff. So I'll read out the question to you first so you guys can understand the context, and then I'll get into my teaching points. So this is the question that I got for this person. So this is what it said. It said this: my crush works at my local market. No matter what, I'm going to see her 1 or 2 times a week. I'm pretty sure she's not into me, but I can't stop thinking about it. I've been out the game for almost 20 years, and as you great might say, I know nothing. It may be 6 months of knowing her. I think I've spent 10 minutes altogether speaking to her. Given the best case scenario that she likes me back, I feel I couldn't allow her into my life as I have some medical issues. It will be a burden for the said person. What do I do? Please, any thoughts would help. Okay. So this is the question now. If you guys want to get good at attracting people of the opposite sex, or get good at dating or whatever, or get good at game, there are two fundamental things, two prime things that you need to understand. So a lot of the time we focus on like the complicated things, so that you want to learn about push, pull, all these different tactics of attraction, but these are the fundamentals that you need to get right if you want to do well. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to change your perception of how you view people of the opposite sex, or how you view the people that you're into. So oftentimes, when you see somebody that you like, you have the perception of them being amazing. So you see them and you think, oh, they're so beautiful, they're so amazing, oh, they're so attractive, oh, wow, oh, I wish I could be with them, oh, they're so out of my league. You think those kind of thoughts, right? And because you're holding that perception of that said person, you approach him from a position of feeling that you have something to prove to that person. Right, so you feel like you're not good enough, so you feel like you have to prove yourself to that person, and that affects your behavior, right? Because you're coming from a place of I am beneath you, and I need something from you, and that puts a lot of pressure on you when you're going to interact with people, because you're focused on trying to force an end outcome. You're focused on trying to get that person to like you, so that you can feel better about yourself, because it's a validation thing, the up here. Right. What I want you guys to learn to do, first of all, is to change your perception of people and learn to see them for what they are, which is people. Right? One thing you can do is learn to see the person that you like as a child, which sounds kind of weird. It sounds like not creepy weird, but like learn to see him as a child. Learn to not take him so seriously. Right? See them through the eyes of compassion, because when you see them through the eyes of compassion, you see them for what they really are, not what they're projecting. Because when you see them from the perspective of they are better than me, what's really going on is you're not seeing reality. You're seeing reality through the eyes of your insecurities. Okay? So learn to see them as a child. See them with compassion, right? Which is really weird. It sounds strange, but really, really work on this. Really work on seeing somebody with compassion, right? Don't take them too seriously, because you have to understand that they are no different to you, right? They all have insecurities. They're afraid. They have their own fears, and it astounds me how we're all the same. So, like for example, we got a visitor. But for example, right? Like I get a few questions daily, so I get like maybe 2-3 questions daily, and a lot of these questions are from people who like you wouldn't think would have problems, but some of them are so attractive that you'd be screaming. Like when you see me, you'd be like, oh my goodness, so attractive, and you wouldn't think that they have these problems. Like they have their own insecurities, they have their own fears, all that jazz, and it just goes to show that nobody is better than anybody. We're all the same. So when you realize and see that and we're all the same, you don't put people on a pedestal, you see them in the light of what they are, you see them in the eyes of reality, you're able to act accordingly, you're able to act naturally. It's the same like when you see people that you don't like, or you interact with people that you're not attracted to, you're not bothered, you're indifferent, you're like, whatever. So you want to be able to treat the people that you like in the same light. So you want to be able to perceive them through the eyes of reality, not through the eyes of your insecurities. Okay? So learn to see them as a child. It sounds really weird, but really see them as a child. Don't take them too seriously. Okay? The second thing you need to change is change your perception of yourself. So you need to learn to see yourself as somebody who has value, or somebody who has something to offer the world. Now, this is the thing, because a lot of the time, like when you're trying to approach people that you are into, or you want to approach somebody that's attractive, you feel like you're bothering them. So you're going to approach them, and you're thinking, oh no, they're too good for me. Or you're thinking, oh no, I don't want to bother them, I don't want to stop them, I don't want to disrupt their day. But you have to learn to see yourself as somebody who has something to offer. Because this is the thing, people want value, people want to feel good, people want to feel, I'm not going to get out the way. Sorry. In the way. right? So people want to feel good about themselves. People want to feel or interact with people who are going to add something to them. So, like for example, like when I used to work at Victoria's Secret, believe it or not, I worked at Victoria's Secret. I was surrounded by beautiful women. But when I used to work at Victoria's Secret, I used to work on the tills. So I used to make it my mission to talk to people, like when I was like putting in the clothes and stuff. And for the most part, when I saw people coming up, I'll be thinking, like a lot of them who would come up would look like they didn't want to talk. I'll be thinking, oh, they don't really want to talk. They look proper moody. They don't want conversation. They just want me to pack their bags and so that they can leave. But I'm making it my mission to make it an effort to actually talk to them, because in my mind I thought, you know what, I have value to offer, and I feel like if this person talks to me, I would have improved their day. They would feel better by talking to me. So I'll start a conversation and I'll talk to them, and for the most part would have pleasant conversations. And the people that I would have thought did not want a conversation would get involved, and it'll be pleasant, right? Because I believe myself to be somebody who has value to offer. And because I believed it so much, because my frame was so strong, they would respond to that frame. Did it mean that I had like good conversations all the time? No, not all the time. But for the most part, I had very pleasant conversations because of my frame, right? So you want to see yourself as somebody who has something to add. You're not bothering people with your presence. Your presence is adding to them. That's how you want to see yourself. And like, so in relation to the question, the guy said he feels like he'll be a burden because he's got medical issues. This is the thing, right? Perception's a very interesting thing. There's this motivational speaker that I think's really cool. I wrote down his name. He's called Nick Vujicic. I think it's Nick Vujicic. But if you Google him, you pop up, and he's this motivational speaker who's got like no arms and no legs, right? He's an amputee, and this guy's got a beautiful wife. He's got a beautiful wife, a beautiful child, and like from the naked eye, you look at him and you think like, oh man, this guy's disabled. Oh my goodness, he'll be a burden to date. He'll be a burden to be with him, kind of thing. But no, he doesn't see himself as a burden. He sees himself as a catch, right? He's changed his hard story into one of motivation. And because his frame is so strong, because he believes it so much that he is a person of value, that he has something to offer, people look past his disability and treat him like a normal person. This guy's going out there swimming, right? He's swimming and he's got no arms and no legs. How crazy is that? So it's down to perception. It's down to the frame that you have of yourself, right? You want to be able to teach yourself or train yourself to see yourself as somebody of value. And when you do that, when your frame is really strong, right, people will bend to that frame. Because when, like, in any interaction, the person who has the strongest frame wins. So that's how it goes down, guys. That's how the cookie crumbles. So now, specifically to the question that you asked, this is what I'd say to you. Now, you've seen this girl at your local shop. I'll say this: the reason that you're fixated, or the reason that you like it so much, even though you've not really spoken to a lot, is because I'm assuming that you're not speaking to a lot of other people. So what I'd encourage you to do is to speak to other women. So go out and start doing things that you enjoy. I'd interact with people who have similar interests to you. So I'd highly encourage that. Get around, meet new people. And with that girl, I say go talk to her, man. Talk to her, right? Talk to her. Get to know her as well. Maybe ask her out for coffee or whatever. Worst case scenario, she rejects you. But if she rejects you, you move on, you experience the pain and you grow, right? But you got to take action, I'd say. So you really want to start talking to other people, interacting with other people who have the same interests of you. And number two is to change your perception of yourself. So you want to be able to see yourself as somebody of value, somebody who has something to offer. I have a few videos on this as well, so I'll put them in the description below because it's a very long topic, coming to changing your self-image and stuff like that. That's a whole another topic. So I've got a few videos on that which I recommend. I highly recommend you watch. What's that video called? What I call it? How to change the way people see you, and how to change your beliefs as well. That's important. You need to change your beliefs. And there's another one. What's it called? I'll find it. I'll find the video. Bro, that's what I highly encourage you to do. So all game is really perception, right? Changing the perception of the people that you're interacting with and changing the perception of yourself. Remember, the strongest frame always wins. When two people are in rapport, the strongest frame wins. So that's the video of the day, guys. Goodbye.